This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome to the show. He's been called the last of the great romantics. Part poet, part actor, part road-worn philosopher. And for JD Hinton, a song has always been about much more than words and music. It's about telling a story and asking a question and sometimes shining a little light into a dark place. The Texas native has built a remarkable career spanning both music and film. His songs have appeared in major motion pictures. His acting credits include Dynasty, The Morning Show, Jane the Virgin, and his musical journey has taken him to the Vatican even to perform for the Pope. Now he has a new single. It's called Love Needs a Messenger, with a simple but challenging message. If we believe love can change things, somebody has to be willing to carry it into the world. And coming up on September 25th and 26th, the Texas Music Cafe will present Meet the Masters, JD Hinton, two intimate evenings combining conversation, storytelling, and live music, both taped for television before a limited studio audience. So, JD, who I've always known as Dave.
I am David to you.
You are Dave Hinton to me. But it is just wonderful to have you back on the show. It's been too long.
It's always great to see you. And it's great every time I see you to remember the history that we have and we share.
Yes, we do.
In Waco broadcasting circles. So that's really great.
Yeah. It's just so delightful, though, to see your journey. And now you're a master. How do you like that? Texas Music Cafe, of course, those good folks have been on the show before. What a wonderful venue now.
I hear it's a really terrific listening venue, and that's what I need for the kinds of songs that I do. And I love Meet the Masters. The alliteration is perfect, and I'm going, I'll take that.
Yeah. No, it's very good. Okay, you've been called the last of the great romantics.
Right.
Now, do you like that description?
The woman who said that to me had some expertise to make that comment, not with me, but generally as observing life the way that I knew she had lived her life. And I said, man, that just sounds a little, I've got some kind of snarky songs. And she said, no, I've listened to all your songs and there's this thing about them and you are the last of the great romantics. And I assume, however I write, I know that somehow in the process of getting from the first verse to the end of the song, you're trying to make some statement of hope. Mm-hmm. And I think that may be what she picks up out of that. So yeah, I will still walk around with the mantle behind me, the big flashing neon signs, last of the great romantics.
Yeah. I almost picture a costume. You need a costume in the second round to go with this. Well, you have had an amazing career in music and in acting, and you are a Texas native.
You bet.
And so how much of Texas is present in what you write?
I would say subconsciously everything. Yeah. Consciously from time to time. Yeah. But anytime I'm in one of those kind of larger than life moments, whether it's singing at the Vatican or whatever that you kind of we've referred to, I look at the ground around my feet. And I think, and I'll do this at Texas Music Cafe, I will think, I'm from Midway High School in Waco, Texas. I am in this moment that I cannot tell you how I can tell you how I got here, but it's just beyond me. Mm-hmm. But so I think Texas kind of follows me. It's just innate. And if everywhere I sit down at a restaurant or anywhere, people go, where are you from? And I forget that I sound like I'm from somewhere. So you go, I'm from Waco, Texas. And then we have a conversation.
Yeah. And more people have heard of Waco, Texas.
Yes, they have.
For sure. Well, your new song, Love Needs a Messenger, seems particularly suited to the moment. we're in right now? Was there something happening in the world that made you feel
I started
this
writing.
is the time to write this song?
I started writing "Love Needs a Messenger" some time ago, and I couldn't figure out how to finish it.
Okay.
But I'd started with the sure as the day breaks, sure as the night falls, sure as the gravity under my feet. I looked around, and wherever I looked, love needs a messenger out on the street. That got me started. And once I plowed into a couple of verses, I wasn't sure where to go, and so I let it percolate for a while. And then we finished it last year and recorded it. So it comes over several things, and to your point, several large events have happened that make you know it's an ongoing need. Every day you walk out into your street, you can see places where there is no love. It's like seeing darkness and you're holding the candle. How do you be the candle in those places? Or am I expecting you to be the candle and I get to walk along beside you? It's kind of the thing. So
Yeah. Love can make a difference. And so the question is, who delivers it?
Yeah, and I did not do this, but there's a line that kept coming to me of maybe it's love needs a messenger out on the street. Maybe it's me, maybe it's you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I kept coming back. And I thought, well, let me just leave that unspoken so that you can come to your own conclusion. Maybe it's me.
Yeah. Well, the beginnings of the song, as I understand, several years ago to a gospel music night at the House of Blues in L.A.
We did a
Curtis Mayfield's
People Get Ready.
Yeah. So what happened on the drive home that night? What made
Well,
you think of that?
I admire Curtis Mayfield's talent quite a lot, and People Get Ready is a song that's lasted over a number of decades that people know. And I just started thinking about what it would be to have a song that conveyed that kind of direction and hope. And again, if it's going on with what else is going on in Los Angeles at the time, that's just where I started thinking about, how do you do a song like People Get Ready so that 20 years from now, people, when they sing it, it still gives them that sense of it's going to be okay.
Yeah, it seemed like the last time we were texting each other, there were some major fires going on, and I was worried about you.
I know.
Yeah, because we were hearing about.
Well, I live in the San Fernando Valley. Los Angeles, if you've not been there, what people are mostly familiar with is the Hollywood sign. And so that sign sits on the side of a row of mountains that, run all the way to the ocean. And on the one side is Los Angeles and Hollywood and all the things that people generally hear about where you can see the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
On the other side is the San Fernando Valley. And I live out there with another 8 million people. How many are ever there? But, those LA fires, where I was, you could see the orange in the sky just beyond the crest of the hills. And I thought, man, if the fire comes over the hill, the vegetation is so dense and the houses are so dense that it's going to be in my driveway in about 20 minutes. So I had to be packed up and ready to go, and I did not have to evacuate. Friends of mine did, but it was an ordeal for 2 or 3, 4 or 5 days for me, and the people that had to evacuate were out for at least a week. So,
yeah, you said that songs can be a candle in a dark time. I do love that image. So, do you think music has the power to bring people together when so much these days seems to be dividing us?
I think so. I think we all have. What are those things when you hear a song and it just won't stop and it just runs around in your breast?
Yeah.
We hear songs. I think of hymns every day. I grew up. My dad was a Baptist minister here in town, and so every day it's not uncommon for Softly and Tenderly to be playing in my head, and I'll suddenly realize, oh my God, that's Softly and Tenderly. Well, I think songs do that. And it can be Rainy Night in Georgia. We can name another song, and suddenly you'll go, God, I love that song. And the second somebody brings it up, you remember the sound of it, you remember the words. So in that way, songs have a way to stay with us in times that are not, I'll say literal. you're driving down the road and you just came out of the grocery store and whatever, and a song will come to your mind and it'll change your day or it'll enhance your day. And I think that's where music has a chance to make a difference. Yeah,
beautifully said. To your song, though, it's not really telling people go out and make some enormous gesture. It's talking about a helping hand, maybe a conversation, a moment of grace. So do we underestimate those small acts?
I think we do,
Yeah.
When you walk into, typically now, I mean, this is more typical than when I think when we grew up, but now when you walk into a store, somebody the store has hired near the front door goes, "Hello." I do the same thing, but in reverse. When I walk in and they go, "Hello," I speak back to them, "Hello." And if I'm talking to them behind the counter, I will say something more than, "Here's my credit card." It's kind of who I am, but it's just a little act of personal interaction because they're doing a service that you ran into. So just to be able to tell them, "Hello," "Oh, I like your nails."
Yeah.
Whatever that is, then they go home and they feel, in my estimation, it's a way to make people feel seen.
Yeah.
And that's the kindness where you go, "I know that you were here, and if you go home today and you don't know what work was, you will know at least one person saw your nails."
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a personal responsibility, though. Instead of asking, why doesn't somebody do something?
Right.
You're asking, am I willing to do something to be that somebody? And that's really the heart of it.
Pretty amazing. Every time you see something where everything goes off the rails in town or in an area, there's just some people who feel terribly misunderstood, or something happened and it was really bad that nobody counted on, and now they need help and they didn't know they would need help. So it's just learning to be aware, or at least pay attention.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
But during this break, I'd like for us to hear "Love Needs a Messenger" that just very recently released.
Yes.
It's not a music video. In fact, we'll just hear the audio.
We just released it a few weeks ago. So.
Yeah, great. Very good. But I want to talk more about your songwriting and obviously your upcoming wonderful 2-night thing coming up at Texas Music Cafe. But want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by Alan Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Buying a car is a lot more enjoyable when you're dealing with people who make you feel at home. Kind of those same little acts of kindness we were talking about. Well, that's how it is at Alan Samuels. Stop by, take a look around, and remember their invitation. Come by, let's be friends. Stay with us. There's more with JD Hinton after these messages.
It's the 50th annual Westfest, presented by West Feeds this Labor Day weekend in West Texas. Bring your dancing shoes and experience the power of polka with 13 bands and over 40 hours of polka music all weekend long. Westfest, just 15 minutes north of Waco.
We're celebrating the Declaration of Deals at Alan Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Alan Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
Summer isn't over yet. Make every last splash count at Waco Surf. Catch perfect waves, float the lazy river, or relax on the beach while the kids make unforgettable memories. Stay in their hotel or private cabins, or hook up with your RV. Located just 90 miles from Dallas and Austin, set on 450 acres in the heart of Texas, Waco Surf is unlike any other water park around. Before school starts, give your family one more epic adventure. WacoSurf.com. Book your stay today and catch a wave.
Body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
This is where I live, work, play, and eat. People with nothing fight over concrete. Love needs a messenger out in the street. Blooms on the roses have never been redder. The summer magnolias leave the air sweet. Look out your window, there's smoke in the distance. Love needs a messenger out in the street. Too many days.
And we are back with JD Hinton, who is an amazing musician. He's an actor, and I love talking to him about your act. What's your most recent acting thing?
Oh, gosh. I played a judge. Whoa, it's an Alyssa Milano TV movie.
So, but you're still auditioning for stuff, or does your agent just say, "Oh, I got something good for you"?
If something comes up, I'm in it. But I've really been focusing on music for the last couple of 3 years.
Yeah,
My Heart Is My Home is what I think that Alyssa Milano TV movie was about.
It was a TV. Okay, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Because the morning show, I remember watching
show
that,
was
and
great.
I said, "There's Dave."
That was really fun. My agents told me on the way in, probably going to have to improvise some stuff. So yeah, you get there and there were only 1 or 2 lines in the script, but then they wanted you to do stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm capable of doing that, as
Yes, you are.
Every good radio disc jockey probably.
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
But on the set, huge set. It's the largest set I think I've been on. There's like 300 extras because there's a whole big union worker strike.
Oh, it was a big outdoor scene, yeah.
Thing. And there's like 5 different places you can get food. There's so many people that are going to be out there that day.
Yeah.
And Reese Witherspoon is the TV reporter, if you know the show. Mm-hmm. And she walks up and she sticks the mic in my face and goes, "Well, what do you think about the situation we have here?" And we probably spent 3 hours doing that over and over from a different different cameras.
For about 6 seconds or something.
And I'm on camera for like 6 seconds or 30 seconds.
I know, it was really quick.
And I don't think anything I said is actually on camera, but every time she'd walk up, I'd give her a completely different story.
Okay, so they had plenty to choose from.
Huh?
They had a lot to choose from.
Yes, they did. And they chose to leave it on the floor.
Welcome to Hollywood, right? Oh my, that's funny. But back to your music writing, and you've been on the show before and talked about. I loved hearing the process, how you go about writing. But you're influenced by storytellers like Townes Van Zandt and John Prine, and so what did you learn from the simplicity and maybe honesty of their work?
I think that, and even tying it into being a disc jockey, where you put the needle at the front of the record and you hope the audience continues to follow you. You counted on every song to keep the audience engaged, and
right.
The songwriter does that as well from the very beginning. So I just think that like there are things that sound real and things that sound made up. And you want to keep the real stuff in, and you want to recognize the made up stuff, and you can get something better to put in that place. Mm. And then I always think kind of beginning, middle, and end. A song starts somewhere, and by the end of the song or the end of the third verse, you want to have it's a way to reward the listener, because things change along the way. Because if you're in the middle and you go, yeah, but wait till you get to the end, because I've heard this song before. And at the very end, a thing comes in and it ties it all together. It's like watching a movie where suddenly you saw a little shot of a toy car in the movie scoot across the floor, and you didn't know what that was about. But by the end of the movie, you see that car again, and then it all ties together. I think songs should do that.
Yeah, it all makes sense then. Well, really, your songwriting has been kind of described as cinematic. And one reviewer said there are movies waiting for these songs. So do you see pictures in your mind also when you're writing?
Yes. Let me go back to, and again, the radio station that I worked here in Waco that we shared.
Yeah.
Radio is such a theater of the mind.
Oh yeah, that's why I loved radio.
Place.
Yeah.
And today people are streaming or in podcasts, and when you hear people talk about, well, we're having a cup of hot chocolate here. Well, you can see the hot chocolate, and you go, and the
smell
steam,
it, you know.
and the steam is coming right off, and those and you can describe stuff for people who aren't actually there. I think songs can do that too. So it turns out to be cinematic because you go, some enchanted evening you may see a stranger across a crowded room.
Yeah.
Well, we've started a story, so
yeah.
I can do Paul Simon songs too. But
Oh, I know. Do you think acting has made you a better songwriter?
Yes.
And songwriting make you a better actor?
Yes. There was a process. There's a way that I learned about acting, that I learned how to creatively leave myself open. Mm-hmm. So that it's not paint by numbers painting. It's getting created as you go. And I learned that as an actor. And I think it's again, if you come up with a line, I'm going to go back to the Some Enchanted Evening since I've just mentioned it, but if you come up with an opening, then you know, well, that's a door. Where does the door lead to? And acting does the same thing. Mm-hmm. If I sit down here and we have a script, the first line should lead to the second line. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Your songs have actually made it into movies, though.
Yeah.
Too. Gloria.
Yeah.
TikTok. Children on their birthdays. What's it like to be watching something and hear your music?
The movie TikTok is now, you can find it. It's a thriller. It's a mystery thriller. And they used a song of mine. So
you didn't write it for they didn't come to you and say, write us a song? At
the time that they were looking for music, I just heard they were looking for music. Okay. And the director I met through somebody, and I said, well, what's your, he said, well, I've got a song called, I've got a movie called TikTok. And I think he sent me the script. He used maybe 6 of my songs in his movie because everything he had written, he figured out I had actually written a soundtrack for his movie, having never seen it. But when you're sitting at a big dark theater, you know how the lights go down and the screen's black at first, and then you hear the sound start before the lights come up and you see the words. Well, I started hearing the first dum da da dum da da dum da da dum at the front of the end of the song. I was like, oh my God, that's my song. It's pretty cool.
This is really happening.
It was really wow. And then when the lights come up and the big speaker systems are all going on, it's a joy.
Oh, it's got to be a thrill. Okay, we got to touch on this. The Vatican and the Pope. Tell me about your trip to Italy.
I have this example a few times. If you work in a donut shop, you don't know what it smells like, but everybody who walks in the door goes, oh my God, it smells so good in here. If you're in Los Angeles and in Hollywood and doing stuff, you're going to naturally come into contact with people either that you work with or somebody that they met, they introduce you, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So I had an occasion to meet one of the big singers in town, one of the major backup singers in town named Daryl Finnessy. And Daryl wrote, as I found out, the words to Frasier theme song, the tossed salad and scrambled egg song.
Did he really? I always thought that
it sounds like
Kelsey Grammer had done
that's
that,
what's so beautiful about this song. It really sounds like Kelsey.
I know. I always thought that.
And so Daryl wrote it, and Daryl and I are friends. And he calls me in October in 1999, and he said, would you like to go to the Vatican and sing for the Pope on Christmas Day?
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds good. So he was in touch with an Italian composer that the Vatican had commissioned to write a piece. So we went over with about 40 singers from the United States, and we had a 100-piece orchestra, and we sang, I don't know, 5 or 6 different things that day. And it was, I'd never been to Rome, so everything about Rome was amazing to me.
Yes, it is.
Everything about the Vatican was really amazing because we had little passes that the Swiss guards could know that you were okay. And so you kind of walk in and around a little bit. Stunning. Stunning.
And on Christmas.
You know, the thing that I love, a thing that I have several memories, but I always go on Christmas Eve. Every Italian that you meet passing on the street looks like they were born only for this minute to pass you and look you in the eye and say, Buon Natale.
Oh.
And I was like, and the first 3 or 4 times it happened, I didn't know what was going on. And then I realized, oh, it's Christmas Eve and this is Rome. And they want, it's what they do. So they pass you instead of, they don't ignore you. They walk by you, look you straight in the eye, go, Buon Natale. I will never get over that.
Oh, we need to adopt more of that.
It was really great.
Yeah.
We kind of do a little bit here because you'll see people say Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was just.
They have the greeting.
It was just a different expression of it. And
personal.
I wasn't counting on it.
Yeah,
and,
it sounds like it was.
And it just from then on. So for all the people that are on the trip that we still stay in touch on email or every Christmas, I'll send out a Buon Natale and everybody will come back. It's great.
Yeah. So what did you sing?
Nothing. They were all commissioned pieces, so they're and they were all in high Latin, and they're very orchestrated, and it was beautiful stuff. Maurice Jarre, the guy who was the music guy behind Dr. Zhivago, was the conductor. And he brought in 4 pieces, and we sang his 4 pieces, and then the thing that we'd, so it's like it's cool.
Oh,
it was really cool.
Oh, well, that's good.
Which, by the way, all of this would be, I would say, classical, leaning toward classical stuff because it's orchestral and it's choral, and so I learned
right up my street.
I learned all of that here in Waco on North 40th Street with Mrs. J.W. Osley.
Yeah.
So she taught me everything I knew about music theory.
Yeah.
How to pay
Ms.
attention.
Osley, she taught a lot of people
She
piano.
did. So I wanted to give some credit while we're in the local arena.
Oh, that is sweet. I've not heard this story before, but this is one of those where, how did a Texas boy end up here?
And again, I'm standing in the middle, and I'm from Waco, Texas, Midway High School. This is kind of cool. The other thing I did on that trip is an aside. I called my Latin teacher, my high school Latin teacher, before I left. I was at the airport going the next day. I said, I just want you to know that the 1 year that you had to put up with me in Latin class did not go wasted. I'm going to sing in Latin at the Vatican.
At the Vatican.
In 2 days. So that was fun.
Do you remember the name of that teacher?
Yeah, Tom Baxley.
Oh, wonderful.
Is that right? I think that's right.
That
was who it was.
Yeah. And that was at Midway.
It was a long time ago.
That would be a long time ago. Your recent EP, and you gave me this wonderful card when you came in. Of course, it's like a postcard. It's wonderful. So Close, So Far has gotten a huge response from Americana UK, including being named Album of the Month. And one of its top 10 albums of the year. Yes. So at this stage in career, this is a big deal.
That worked out. Yeah, that was a great surprise. A choice I started making a few years ago was I recognized that I have a lot of songs in my head.
Yeah.
I can hear them right now. If it got really quiet, I could really hear them. And I make notes all the time. And I thought I need to be diligent to get as much as I can already imagine in my head, out of my head and written down and then recorded. And then the next piece of that is how do you get that out of your living room?
Yeah.
So we recorded these songs. You release them on the internet the way you release them on the internet, and they're all up there. And then the reviewers get the word that they're out there. And so this group called Americana UK came in June of 25, and they said, this is our album of the month. I was like, that's cool.
That's very cool.
And I thought that was as cool as it could get. And then in December, they sent another note out saying, this is in our top 10 albums of the year. And it wasn't, and they went to some explanation of saying it wasn't just a function of taking the album of the month and adding that all together. They said they went back and reviewed 35 or 40 things that they'd really liked through the course of the year. And so in the top 10 of their 2025 things. So we had a party, because it's Americana UK, at a British pub in Los Angeles. So we did stuff, and so we put those cards together and some...
Yeah. Well, you've even got refrigerator magnets.
Refrigerator.
From a couple of the tunes you have on it, I have To Dream, Let's Do Now.
Right.
And I even have a pen, this from this one too, and it is Where Do I Sign?
So those are 3 of the songs that are going to be on that
yeah. So close so far.
Yeah.
We're going to hear one of these tunes.
Excellent.
Coming up, need to take another quick break, but I want to tell you that today's show is also brought to you by Universal Windows Direct in Woodway. If you've been thinking your home could use a little updating, start with Universal Windows Direct in Woodway. Beautiful replacement windows, doors, siding, and the folks who can help you make your home look just right. So give Universal Windows Direct a call. Stay with us. When we come back, we are going to talk more about Meet the Masters.
Great.
Which is coming up in September, so stay with us.
Westfest, presented by West Feeds this Labor Day weekend. Wade Bowen, live at the Sunday Night Shutdown Party with special guests, the Hoosier Brothers and Sonny Salceda. Westfest, just 15 minutes north of Waco.
Summer isn't over yet. Make every last splash count at Waco Surf. Catch perfect waves, float the lazy river, or relax on the beach while the kids make unforgettable memories. Stay in their hotel or private cabin, or hook up with your RV. Located just 90 miles from Dallas and Austin, set on 450 acres in the heart of Texas, Waco Surf is unlike any other water park around. Before school starts, give your family one more epic adventure. WacoSurf.com. Book your stay today and catch a wave.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Never been redder. The summer magnolias leave the air sweet. Look out your window, there's smoke in the distance. Love needs a messenger out in the street.
And we're back with JD Hinton talking about his amazing career, talking about his music. And really, what brought you here is coming up at the Texas Music Cafe.
Music Cafe.
September 25th and 26th. It's called Meet the Masters, JD Hinton. And it's not just a concert.
I'm not sure. I'm interested. They want to interview me as well.
Yes.
And so I'm sure they want to talk about the songs.
Chris Amorian, you've been working
yes,
with him.
I'm gonna, and so I'm sure we're going to probably talk all things music, maybe all things with my songs and specifics about certain kinds of songs. I don't know. They're their questions, so I'll have to show up and bring some answers.
There you go.
But I think there's going to be some of that. And I also, I probably learned this as a fan, but it ties into, again, my background particularly as a disc jockey, where between songs, you had to be as interesting as the songs that you were playing back when people weren't streaming or playing 10 in a row.
Right.
So I always have introductions and ways to tie in where we're going, so it feels like it's a program, and you can feel the program. So it'll like have that beginning, middle, and end feel to it. So.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's kind of being described as part masterclass interview, and part storytelling and part live performance. So, what are you hoping these evenings are going to be like?
I hope they're going to be great. Is the quick answer to that.
Yeah.
I'm bringing in
I'm sure they will.
I'm going to bring in two musicians with me from Los Angeles that I work with.
Okay,
a lot.
good.
And I think that's going to make it sonically it'll give it some texture that I'm excited about. And I think when you hear it, you'll go, wow, he did an awful lot with those aren't real drums, are they? You know. The drummer that I love and work with a lot was from New York, and he didn't want to get on and off the subway with his drum kit all the time.
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
So he figured out how to put a cajon, which is a big wooden box that he can make.
Those are pretty amazing.
Very amazing, and how he's also tricked it out with two or three other things. I've played with him several times, and always when we're doing sound check or somebody in the room is going, is all that coming from there? And I go, yeah. It's a little bit of a magic trick. It's kind of fun. So,
yeah.
so they're coming in and
so you got a drummer and who are you playing guitar?
I'm going to play on guitar, and I'm bringing in another guitar / Paul McCartney kind of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Justin's been my producer on this and everything that we've done, and he is A-level musician on. I don't even know. Every time I need a new instrument, if we haven't had time to hire the guy to come in, he'll just go over and play it. And I'm going,
one of those. Okay.
I go, yeah, but we need like maybe some accordion on this. He goes, that's my first instrument. And he'll go to his wall and get this, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, the squeeze box.
But they're both great guys
that's
for
awesome.
all the reasons. And so we're going to come in and do that. So we'll have some fun.
Well, so somebody puts the word master next to your name. It's got to make you feel pretty proud.
Well, it tells me, well, I'm not going to wear a tie. Let me just
Okay, all right.
It tells you to dress up and bring your A game, but over time you realize it's always your A game. But
yeah.
And sometimes if you listen to the people that you're with, you're trying to figure out, well, what do they want to know? Because I can tell you 100 things, but if the people in the audience will go, oh, and you'll find.
So there's going to be some Q&A opportunity. You think?
I will find out.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah. So their venue now is their original one from 30 years ago, and it's just so neat to see how Texas Music Cafe has come full circle. And it is an amazing listening room, but it's not huge. So how can people make reservations? Is this an invitation only?
No,
thing?
I hope we're sold out, but there's tickets available. And if you go on to the TexasMusicCafe.org,
I believe that's right.
If TexasMusicCafe.org site, there's a heading called Events, and you click on Events. This is all depends on you having a computer. And if you click on Events, you can scroll down to my show, and you buy tickets right there.
Okay, so it's going to be also videoed for television. Where is it going to show?
This is what I'm interested to find out. I know they want to film it because I think they are putting their evenings on YouTube.
Oh, they have hours and hours and hours of
So I think
amazing
they're going to
musicians.
record this. We're going to film it. They're going to put it on YouTube, so that it'll be part of there. You can go back and look at it in 2 more years, and then you go, I thought you said you were going to play this song, and I don't hear it.
Well, so obviously the audience will be intentionally small for this.
I like that. I don't know if you were here in the late, like 2008 or 9. I did 2 shows at the Hippodrome called Backstage at the Hippodrome, because rather than trying to work with all the audience, see all the seats in the theater, I decided to do a show on the stage with the audience on the stage. And everybody came through the backstage door instead of through the front door.
Yeah.
And all the chairs were set up on the stage, and and the band is sitting with everybody. So it'd be very intimate, like Texas Music Cafe.
That's how this will be, yeah.
And what I discovered is that most people have never sat that close to people actually playing.
Yeah.
It changed their experience, and then you're able to really, the closeness increases the communication.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does that change your performance?
Really great.
Yeah.
It's really great.
You can actually look them in the eye.
Really?
Sure.
I'm interested because sometimes, as you know, because you sing a lot too, the lights kind of obscure. You can't see.
You're just imagining there are people out there.
I know I can hear you, but.
Yeah. Well, so you're going to be sharing some of the stories behind the songs. Now, you've done different songs for this event. Is that correct?
Oh, I've done more songs than we have time to go on, certainly today. And so that's the thing. And I don't know when you perform, if people ask you to perform certain things, or if you get to decide what you want to perform. And when you have to decide what you want to perform, and I have lists,
Yeah.
So on all my songs, you figure out, okay, this would be a good evening of songs. And those are the ones you do. I opened for, because I'm very much a listening room. I mean, the Texas Music Cafe.
This is perfect for you.
Perfect place for me, because it's, please come and you'll see. Yeah. But I opened in LA for Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes, who are, like the cousins to Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Band. They're all from the same little place in New Jersey, and they've all grown up together. And I knew when they said, "Do you want to open for Southside Johnny?" I thought, yeah. And then I thought, he's going to have a different kind of an audience. What songs do I have?
Right, because you want to play to your audience for sure.
I want to play songs that his audience would like, but his audience tends to like songs that are not. You have to think about it.
Yeah.
So I came up with, my 6 or 8 songs. One of them is "Grace Is My Favorite Word," which we're going to do.
I love that. Yeah.
And it worked out. It was a tremendous night for me, because people that would have never seen me when I walked off the stage, they're walking at me and pointing and telling me the title of the song that they like. So it's great.
Yeah, you're introduced to a new group of folks. And you've also been on the road supporting Troy Ramey. Troy Ramey.
In January, you remember when the big ice storms hit in January this year?
Oh, yeah.
We were scheduled to start, he was scheduled to start and play 10 dates around Texas, and they're all sold out. And I saw all the snow that was about to come in.
You knew.
And I went, I'll play 4 of those dates.
Yeah.
And then everything got pushed back because nobody could get anywhere. The streets were icy. So we started out in Georgetown, and we went to Grapevine and Corsicana and Seguin. Every time we went to a theater, it was completely sold out, and they were there to see Troy Ramey, and they got to meet me.
They got to meet you.
It's great.
And you're a local dude.
It was great. And so like in Georgetown, 600 people in the audience, and you walk out. I love that night. So.
Yeah. Well, after all you've experienced, what do you know about life today that you wish the younger JD Hinton might know?
Typical. I'm sure, God, I'm trying now. I wish I could quote Bob Dylan saying, "What's it like to be 80?" Because he had some really great things to say.
Hey, I'm closer to that than I used
I know,
to be.
There's a thing, but I think some of what I wish I'd started something sooner.
Really?
Because I found out how much I love them, and I didn't get to them until I got to them. But maybe then this is part of the answer. You may find things organically, so you kind of have to live your life. And then if you're paying attention, you go, I really like that. And then when you really like it, you go, God, I wish I'd been doing this in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
But you got to it when you got to it. So.
There aren't do-overs in this kind of thing.
No. Grace is my favorite word.
Yeah.
That's where I get back to.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Has your definition of success changed over the years?
Yes. People tell you all the time, well, I don't know, I'll say yes as definitively as I did. You always hear, especially when you're first trying to make your mark and get in a movie, fame and fortune won't make you happy, and being rich doesn't make people happy. And you see all the examples and you go, yeah, well, I'd like to try my hand at that. I think I'd handle that a little bit differently. I think for me, those become, I hope that works out for you. Fame, fortune, I hope that works out. I hope that you get all the promotions you want to get, and your jobs and your families, and the Baylor football season is just fantastic. However it's going to turn out, what I've learned by living longer is there's a true you. And you get to know the true you in ways I did. I assume that people do. I want to be that more often.
Yeah.
And so if I'm writing, I found out how much I like to write songs. So that's more important to me than I can possibly tell you. And so if I can do that, and there's fame and fortune, that's fantastic.
That would be good.
But there's nothing that's as valuable to me as finishing a song, a line, and you know that would not exist had you not been there. Waco needed Ann Harder. And had Ann Harder not been here, somebody would have had to invent one. But you are the one.
Oh.
And that's the way that I feel. So I'm like, if you can go through your life and get to a place where you know things uniquely that nobody else would know that, and that's why you're here, is to be that. That's what I think is where I got.
Yeah. Is that what keeps you curious to keep writing?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I really kind of got that. Let me go back and give Daryl Fennessy, the tossed salad and scrambled eggs guy, a little.
I did not know that. That's great.
Daryl's a phenomenal singer, and I can give you his credits, and you'll go, oh my God. But when I have to sing around Daryl, I know who he is, and I walk in and going, well, you know, Daryl, and he says, look, and he's got this right. You're the only you there is. If you will sing the note, how can it not be great?
Absolutely.
You're the only you. That note is not going to, it's going to be the same note. It's going to be the same D natural that Ann's going to sing, but it's going to come from you, and it's going to have its quality. And that's what makes, I tie that into, obviously, a lot beyond that. So,
do you think that artists have a responsibility to say something meaningful, or is just having created something beautiful enough?
I think if artists are going to say things, they better be meaningful. You don't have to say important things. You don't have to address everything in the world, especially if you don't know the area that you're trying to speak into.
Yeah.
But people, if you're going to talk, I want candor. Tell me who you are. Tell me the truth that you have. And yeah, then that would be meaningful. If you're going to tell me bullet points from something else, I'm going to, well, I can read that on my own.
Yeah.
I think we have, let's go back to the candle in the dark. We have a possibility when we're with people to illuminate each other's lives.
Yeah.
I don't know the dark corners of your life, but maybe something I say will spark something, and that spark changes the darkness. So I think that's the responsibility that we have, to be meaningful, is to be a spark.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of nice to come back to the message of the new song that we started off with. If somebody's thinking, the problems in the world are so big, what difference can I possibly make? What would you say to them?
Start where you are.
Yeah.
In the song, and again, like we talked cinematically, at the song, in the first couple of verses, look out your window, there's smoke at the corner. That verse comes again at the end where it says, look out your window. No, there's smoke in the distance is where it starts. And it comes at the end and says there's smoke at the corner, which means the smoke has gotten closer to you. And the need is still there.
Yeah.
So maybe it's you, maybe it's me, but somebody needs to go out there, because what used to be their problem is starting to be your problem. It's in your neighborhood. And you go, well, that's an interesting thing. So, and the song has, when you listen to it, verse, it just comes at you like this. And it's a little, I wanted something that was like a Greenwich Village kind of a song where, you know, a guy with a guitar in front of a coffee house full of people.
Right.
But it's just the message continues to, the scenario keeps being adjusted, but you keep coming to the same conclusion that wherever we are, when you go to lunch today and somebody parks next to you, you can, you know, if it's safe for you to say hello, say hello.
Yeah. Well, it's just always a delight to spend some time with you. I'm always excited when you're coming back to Texas, and you come back from time to time.
I do. And I enjoy seeing, and I get to enjoy seeing you on this program because I get it on my computer out in Los Angeles.
That's the miracle of live streaming things. That's right. People can, from all over the place, can keep up with what's happening in Waco. But the big thing that's happening in Waco is September 25th and 26th at the Texas Music Cafe, located right there on Franklin.
Yeah.
And so Meet the Masters, JD Hinton. You can go on their website. And it's 2 evenings of intimate music and conversation and storytelling. And tape before a live studio audience.
First
as they say.
time in Waco since 2008. So
It's been too long. It's been too long. Well, it's been too long since you've been on this show, so it's always great to see you and catch up again and hearing your music. So again, so close, so far, you can find that as well. So thanks, JD.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to your performances.
Thank you.
Stay with us. There's more ahead.
Westfest, presented by West Feeds this Labor Day weekend. Randy Rogers Band, live at the Saturday Night Showcase. With special guests, Brave Cumabo and the Dreadnoughts. Westfest, just 15 minutes north of Waco.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
We're celebrating the declaration of deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.